Hi there. What you're about to see is the bonus, the full video from the Ashtray Arts interview. If you haven't seen the main video, make sure to check it out after or before seeing this. It will be linked up and down below. Anyway, now let's roll the video. This is the Coalcandy interview series where I meet interesting and artsy people around the world. And I'm back in Germany again with Romina, also known as Ashtray Arts.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Hi, yeah, as you heard, my name is Romina. I'm 28 years old and I'm an artist in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So today we'll talk quite a bit about tattooing, actually, because that's what you've been doing mostly lately, at least.
Yes, that's the main part of my life, actually.
Yeah. We have your cats along as well.
Yes, I hope they won't disturb too much.
I should put them in the thumbnail and we'll get 1 million views instantly.
I think so too.
Yeah. So let's start with talking about tattooing then, because we mentioned that. Mm-hmm. Why did you start doing that? Or how did it come that you started tattooing?
Yeah, that's a very interesting story, because if you look at my life before tattooing, it's super different to what I do now. Like, not what I did in my free time, but my job was to care for old people, like a nurse. But at some point, it stressed me out so much that I got sick. And right in this part of my life, I got to know my boyfriend, who was in tattooing too, and he was just learning it, and he said, like, why don't you just change your life and do whatever the fuck you want? So I did that. I was like, yes, I want to do something creative also as my job, not just in my free time. So I just quit my old job and started tattooing in a little studio.
Okay.
That's the very short version of it.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky to get this job, and yeah, it took me a lot of power and a lot of courage to do that.
Courage, yeah.
Courage, yes.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of questions here, starting with courage.
Okay.
But I mean, just the question about, like, we're going to talk quite a bit about the actual business, but the courage to do a tattoo on someone for the first time.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It felt super exciting. It was more fun to do it than being afraid to do it, because it was a good friend of mine and he was just really relaxed about it. He also let me choose the design. He was like, yeah, just choose something you want to do and you would have fun doing. And I did that. And yeah, my colleague was next to me and he was like, okay, are you okay? Is that okay if you do that now? And I was like, yes, I just want to do it. I'm super ready for it. And I was just excited and had a lot of fun. And the thing is that from my old job, I knew everything about skin and about wounds and stuff. So I wasn't that afraid to hurt the skin and to create a new wound with this. So I was just excited to put some ink into the skin and to make art.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it turned out well?
Yes, actually it was better than expected. Yeah. And of course it's not perfect, and every time I see him I'm like, can we touch it up and make it a bit better? But he likes it the way it is, because it was my first tattoo on someone.
Yeah, special.
So yeah, and I like this. I like the thought of that. It's cute. Yeah, so we leave it like that, even though it's not perfect.
That's nice.
Sit down.
So, yeah, I mean that's basically what I would think. Like putting something on someone that is still permanent.
Yeah.
Did you try it on yourself first?
Yes, yeah. I did. I started on like fake skin, and then I tried it on myself on my leg. It's this one here. It's it's kind of shitty, but I was like, before I do it on anybody else, I'm gonna try on myself.
Yeah, but then you were still, I mean, if you can do it on yourself, you should be able to do it on someone else.
Yes, but I think actually doing it on yourself is even harder than doing it on somebody else.
That's what I mean.
Yes, because of course, you are not able to move around, and you have to choose a good part where you can work on with both hands and where you can see what you're doing. And then you do hurt yourself. That's a stupid idea. But for the very first time, it was okay. But I would totally not recommend doing it because it's no fun. And it hurts.
This is upside down for you when you do it.
Yes. Yeah, and also it's upside down if you do it on yourself.
Okay, so I mean that's interesting, but I think it's even more interesting, and actually the reason why I wanted to include you in this series was that I think that you were in an interesting stage of your career, because you haven't been doing this for so long, and it must still be like still trying to establish you as a tattoo artist and things like that. How do you take the step? How did you take the step from having a solid job that you could, that you have your money each month, to freelance? I mean, working as a self-employed, basically tattoo artist.
Yeah, it comes just from, your intuition, I guess. It's like thinking about your life and what do you want to do with it. And I was stuck. I was like, okay, you have a job, you get the money each month and stuff, but that's not what makes you happy. And next to that, it stresses you out and causes you pain, and you feel bad every day, and you don't want to go to work every day like this. So things happened. I got to know people and my boyfriend who did a lot for my new life, how I call it. And it just, you need some balls to do that. But you have to look at the chances. Like, how do you live if you go on like that? Or what could happen if you change everything? You have to take a huge risk. That's what I did. But everything went good. So I was very lucky. I just believed in everything will be fine, and I worked through it. I worked really hard. So that's where I am now. I'm just really happy that I did that step. And even though it took me a lot of power and stuff, but that was the best idea ever.
You took the responsibility of your own life to go from misery to changing something to make it better.
Yeah.
That's. It seems like you both had this positive motivation.
Yeah.
Because it was something that was close to your heart. But still, also the negative motivation that you were unhappy with the situation.
Yes, it was both. Like getting out of this misery and then step up to a bright new life.
Sounds very good.
Yes.
So how has it gone? How long have you been doing it?
It's 2.5 years now, kind of exactly like that. Yes, and it's crazy and it's amazing. It's still I don't regret it. It's like every day I'm thinking like, yes, it's the best thing you ever did, and it's so much fun. Yes, even though I work very long sometimes, but I'm free in what I do every day. I can plan each day the way I want it, and that's what I enjoy about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about being self-employed. You probably, like, if you look over the whole month, you probably have to work a bit harder, but you're still more in control of your own life.
Yes,
I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of work involved. I can totally imagine.
Yes, you know that.
But you're also working together with a bunch of other people that does the same thing. You run a studio together.
Yes.
Has that helped you some way, or?
It did, but in the end, because in the beginning I was in a different studio, and we all worked in different studios, and it's just 6 or 7 months ago we found together, so we got our own studio together. And before that we all were separated in different studios, so we were all working on our own and just being connected after work, and then talked about stuff and helped each other like that. But in the working day, like we were all by ourselves, just figuring out what the hell we're doing.
Because sometimes I feel like you have these ideas for things that you want to do, but you don't find the right people to work together with. It's hard to find people that have both the drive and the skills to do to fulfill the dreams that you can produce together, or like things that you can do together.
Yeah, that's hard. And I had to experience that too, because before we got our own studio, I worked in 3 different studios. And after some time, I just figured out like they don't see the things I see, and they don't have the same way of managing the tattooer lifestyle. I don't know that's the way how to say it, you know, like I had different ideas of how this job has to be. So after some time I just left, and then at the right moment we just got our own studio, and now we do everything the way we think is right.
So you still needed those experiences to really know what's your way to do it.
Yes. Yeah, I think I already knew, but of course I had to learn a lot, and then it's good to work with different people so you find yourself. Like it's not like that you compare yourself, but you get to know a lot of different people and how they see things and how they work, and then apart from that you find your own way and yourself, and that's a good thing.
That's interesting. I'm not I don't have a lot of knowledge about the tattoo business or like tattooing at all, or the art or anything like that, but I still find it very interesting.
Yeah, because you've got one tattoo.
I got my little white rabbit. I'm considering getting something more, but it's just never happened. We'll see. Maybe next time I come back to Hamburg,
maybe
I'll ask you to to make something of me. We'll see. But for sure, what I wanted to come to with this little anecdote was that I still think that tattooing is an art form, even though I mean, of course it happens, but it's not as common that you see tattoos in an art gallery, for example. I don't know if it feels, for some reason, it feels like there's a lot of art going on, but maybe it doesn't always get the right attention. I mean, the confirmation that all the craftsmanship and all the artistic, I mean, there is a lot of work behind it, and sometimes it feels like, oh, it's just work, it's just a tattoo. But when you look at these designs, there's for sure a lot of skills going into them.
Yes, that's true. I think people see it a different way, because of course you can't hang your client on the wall and look at it in your living room or something. They're walking around with your art on their skin. So I think that's why people don't really recognize that it's art, and maybe also because the tattooing scene or the tattoos from the past are not that much art, because when tattoos came over to Germany, you had these flash books with like 20 pieces in it, and you could just choose one, like I want the ship, and then 50 people had the same ship and stuff. But today it's totally different. Today most of the tattoo artists just do unique stuff, like they do one piece and they only do it once, like no copies, no nothing, just what they drew and what they tattooed, it's just once, and that's it. And then I would call that art. If you do like one design like 20 times, that's not art for me. That's just being lazy, you know?
I think the big difference also, like the big difference between more conventional art and tattoos is that it's hard to collect tattoos.
Yes.
I cannot really imagine how you'd be a tattoo collector and I guess that's. Can you imagine it?
Yes, because
I mean, you can collect it on your skin.
Yeah, that's how you do it, or isn't it? Because I know we counted.
But you cannot trade it.
I know you can't. But
that's like.
Yeah, but what I did on my skin is like I have a lot of tattoos from I think 18 different artists. Like so that's collecting single pieces from single artists and then make a big artwork on your body. You know, like collecting single things, put them together, and then make one huge artwork out of yourself. I think that's the only way how to collect tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And as you and just thinking what makes the actual difference between tattoos and normal art, and that's for sure you cannot collect it in the same way. You cannot have an exhibition and I mean maybe you can make an exhibition and sell designs. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you can do that, but
have you heard about anyone doing that?
Not on exhibitions, I guess.
That
but
would be so cool.
You can sell your drawings, of course, but it's like prints, you know. Like I have this design and I printed it 20 times, and one design is like I don't know $10 or something, and that's how you can sell your art. But then it isn't that unique anymore. No. So I'm not sure.
But it would be quite cool to have a tattoo exhibition.
Yeah.
With, like the sketches or the designs. And then you go there and look around the exhibition and you buy, I'm going to have that tattoo from the wall.
Yeah.
And then you can book a time with a tattoo artist to actually get it.
But that's actually what happens on tattoo conventions.
Oh, yeah.
You have your booth, and then you can put up your drawings, and people come by, and if they like it, they say, hey, I want this one. Okay. You can get it now, and then you get it.
That's actually true.
True. That's cool. But I wouldn't call it like an exhibition. That's just selling your designs and tattoo them. Like in a fast way and not making an appointment in 3 months and then wait for it, but it's just you come first serve, something like that.
Still nice. Super interesting to hear your thoughts about conventional art versus tattoos, but I think we'll leave the tattoos for a little while now. Maybe we'll get back into them later. We'll see. So one of the first hits when you Google the Ashtray Arts, besides the tattoos and things like that, is that you get to DeviantArt. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a community, an art community. We're bigger a couple of years back, but still a little bit active, and all of your pictures are still there. Yeah. And there's a lot of pictures of you, and also a lot of pictures taken by you, like self-portraits. Yeah. So besides tattooing, and you're also a photographer. Yes. And model as well. And I think that's. I mean, if we go to Facebook, we can also see pictures taken by you of others. But I think it's kind of interesting because you have so many pictures taken of yourself. I know. And really good. They're really good, I would say. So you have been working with yourself as a model, both photographer and model in the same time, quite a lot. Yeah. And I think that's quite interesting. Using yourself as both. I mean, taking both those positions in the same time. Yeah. Why did you start doing that? And how did that happen?
Yeah, I think that happened some years ago already. Like, I started modeling, I wouldn't say I started that, but my first photo shoot was in 2007. And then I was like, that's so much fun, and I like doing it, and I just kept on doing it. And serious modeling is in my life since 2010. And that's when I also started taking self-portraits. And first, of course, it was just with a shitty camera, just a digital camera or a bad phone or something. But I really tried to express my thoughts of any idea I had in my head. I don't know, sometimes you know that you get dressed, put your makeup on, and you like what you did with yourself. So you take a selfie, and that's like everyone does that. But sometimes I just do that for fun, not because I go out, but just because I have an idea. And then I also liked to edit them and just make an artwork, like a digital artwork out of it. And somehow this was a lot of fun, like making art in a totally different way than drawing. Just with myself, like with my body, my makeup, and my expression, and my hair, and whatever. So that's how it all began. And it got even more crazy the more I figured out how to work with cameras and posing and expressions on your face and stuff. And I just kept on doing that until now.
But there is something that I really like about this, and that is that it's kind of showing that you don't need that much. I mean, you make this with just yourself and of course a camera, but still you're not relying on anyone for taking pictures or styling or whatever. It's just like puts everything together yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, these self-portraits are also if I work with other photographers, but mostly everything you see is done by myself. Like the styling, the makeup, the hair, the whatever hair piece I'm wearing, or sometimes I sew dresses, and then of course I set up the camera and take a picture, and then I edit it myself. So everything is just done by me, and just total creation out of my head into a picture.
So it's very much a way for, I mean, to also learn the art of it. I would say, because you just started doing something, and then you added something, and suddenly it was really, really good. And of course it's a long way to come to pictures like that, but everyone needs to start small and then just grow in what you do and get better and get better. You can't be good like right from the beginning if you've never done this before. Because that's what I think many people are afraid of. They say that, oh, I don't have this, or I don't know how to do this, so I cannot get to that. But you gotta start somewhere, and I think that most things you can kind of learn yourself.
It's like singing, for example. I heard that that everyone can learn how to sing, because it's just training your muscles, your voice muscles. So, and I think this is the same for a lot of different things. Like if you put a lot of work and heart into it, you can get better at stuff, but you have to have the passion for it. If you are just wanting something for whatever reason, but you don't put all your heart in it, how will you make it perfect if it not comes from your inside? Like, that's what I mean.
But I think it's kind of nice to start that way, and like do something and then add something and then add something, and finally you are somewhere. It's like I like mountain hiking. And it's like when you see these big mountains, it's like, oh, am I going to get there to the top? But then you start walking, and then when you start walking, the thing that you don't see is that behind every hill there's another hill, but you don't see that when you start. You don't see how far it actually is. But you just keep your eyes, keep your goal on the next hill, and you think that, oh, I'm going to get to that hill, and then you get there and you see, oh, there's another hill, but still, like, I get to that hill, the first hill, and then I get to the second one, and finally you are standing at the top.
Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah. It applies for many things, I think.
Yeah, and sometimes it's good to look back and see what you already have achieved. Like, because I think people always forget about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they just want to make a big jump to the goal, but they forget about the long way in between.
Also to be proud to be proud of about what you actually did.
Yeah.
And I think that's easy to forget, and that was actually one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel, because I thought that, my life is so boring and blah 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 blah.
Oh.
I mean, not really, but a little bit like that. And I thought, everyone at YouTube they are so cool. So if I start my own YouTube channel, then I can. I mean, for me, it's kind of a way to put myself in the center of action. And like, if I'm feeling, my life is not cool at the moment, I can just look at a video that I made and like, oh wow, that was actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Because for me, it is very powerful to see things in video, and I think it's safe. I mean, for me, also like when watching movies and things like that, I always get the feeling like I want to be that person. I want to be the main character of this movie or whatever. When I watch my own vlogs, I want to be myself.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. That's how it should be. Like, you look at yourself and you think, this is the person I want to be, and you realize that's actually you already.
Yeah,
like, how
exactly.
awesome is that?
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've never seen it like that, but it's true. Just look at yourself, and that's what you want to be. That's the best thing. I
mean, I'm not perfect. I try to work on myself, self-improvement anyway, but sometimes you just to be happy about what you have and what you are, and that's a fine balance.
Yeah.
Somehow. I think that for me it's kind of the balance between. I mean, now we totally get into talking about something else, but I think that this is very interesting.
Yeah.
What things in life. I mean, it's easy to look at someone else and think that, this person is so cool, I wish that I was that way, and I wish that I had what he or she or they have. Yeah, what I was trying to say is that I think it's super nice if you're just happy with what you have. And it's nothing wrong to have like just a normal life like anyone else. There are plenty of happy people that just live normally. You don't have to be that extreme. I think that the problem comes if you feel that, my life is so normal, I don't like it, and you just complain about it without doing anything.
Yeah.
Then I think that maybe you should try changing your life. But there is nothing wrong with just living and being happy.
Yeah.
I feel sometimes like I'm a person that likes to do a lot of things, and I get bored very easily, and like I need action in my life all the time. Sometimes I feel like a little bit jealous of people who just can sit home and do a lot of gaming and things like that and just be happy.
Yeah.
Because for me, that doesn't give me joy in my life.
Yeah, but sometimes for them, this is the best thing they can imagine.
And I think that's super perfect.
Yeah.
If that's what you like, you should go for it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know how we got into this, but that's my feeling of life.
Yes.
Yeah. So speaking about something entirely different.
Okay.
We've been talking about your tattooing, and we were talking about a little bit about the photography and also modeling and things like that. What plans do you have for the future?
A lot of plans. Actually, it's not that much. It's just I don't like to do like a 5-year plan or a 3-year plan. I don't even do like a 3-month plan or something. I just know if something is wrong in my life, I'm gonna change it. If I'm not happy, I'm gonna do something for it. And that's the way I see it. And right now it's only like one future plan. And this is doing a trip around the world with my boyfriend.
Okay.
And this will happen this year in October. For some month, I guess at least 6 or 8, and then we'll see.
Wow.
And after that, we'll return back home and see what's going to happen then. Because I really like to be open to everything that life has ready for me. And if I have a plan over like 5 years or something, I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, so I'm not going to make any plan for that. I'm just going to live from today to tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow I will change my mind, you know? So of course, the plan is to keep on going with tattooing, with modeling, with being creative and just express myself in any possible way. Like, you know, like everyday styling or drawings or photography and stuff. But it's not like when people say, yes, when I'm 30, I want to be married and have 3 kids or something.
You need to hurry up.
Yeah, I do. But of course, this is not my plan. But I know people have that. But I couldn't imagine doing this. Like, I just want to live in the moment and do whatever makes me happy right now until it doesn't make me happy anymore. And then try to find something new and, yes, create new things.
Do you think that I don't know the answer to this, but some people would say that if you live that way, you'll never get anywhere. Isn't that not a fear of yours? That it's just like, just working short term doesn't take you anywhere?
No.
Huh?
I don't know actually what to say about that because, of course, it takes me somewhere, at least to the next moment.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, as I said, like I don't know the future. Nobody knows. So why make so many thoughts on things you don't even know? Like you can't know. Like having a plan is nice. You can follow it, but sometimes things in life happen that will just smash your plan into pieces, and then you have to make a new plan, and maybe this won't work out too. So I think it's easier.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So basically, you actually have a long-term plan, and that is to do fun things and be happy.
Yeah. Maybe the simple thing. That's it.
Maybe sometimes it's not as important just to achieve something, like things like, oh, when Jesus was 30, he already did this, or whatever your idol is. I don't know.
It's not Jesus.
No. But some person who did a lot of influential things, maybe that's not always as important as just being happy and having a nice life.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you think that, why didn't you ask this?
Oh, that's very interesting. I think there are a lot of things
that you want to tell the world.
No, that's a very good question. Like, I mean, I could
you
now
must have something.
I must have something. You say that. I think what we already talked about is something I want to tell the world. Like the last thing. Like now, why make so many plans? Just live in the moment and be happy and enjoy whatever you want. And even what I did like 2.5 years ago. Like, if your life sucks, change it, you know? Like, you don't have to stay in a situation you don't like only because you think you're independent from your job or something.
Apparently, we already did go through your wishes for what to tell the world.
Yes. And yes, don't do drugs, and if there's a chance, take it.
Okay.
That's very important.
Except for taking drugs.
Yes, if you get the chance to take drugs, say no.
So, I also have at least one question that I can remember right now from the internet.
Yes.
And that was the pros and cons about dreads, because you're quite a frequent wearer of dreads. Can you say it like that?
Yes.
You like wearing dreads.
I do. Yes.
So what's the pros and cons?
The pros are that you don't need to worry about your hair. Like, you get up in the morning and it's already done.
Perfect, yeah.
It's just perfect. You don't have to care about it. Of course, like, I have this little bit, but this is just not that much, so I don't have to care about this. And this is fine too. Sometimes it gets curly because my natural hair is actually kind of curly, yes. But yeah, that's fine. And another pro is that, and a big question of people I know, they always ask me, like, do you wash them? Can you wash them? I'm like, yes, of course. But one pro is that you don't have to wash them that often. Yeah. So that saves a lot of time. But
I have one more actually. I don't wear dreads that often.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, I used to do it more when I was younger. No, that's not the case. I just haven't done it lately. But I like that you always have a pillow.
Yeah.
You can use it while sitting at the bus. You can like wrap them up and you have a nice pillow.
That's true. But I never do that.
Really?
I'm always like this. I don't know.
You need to try it.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so the bad sides then.
Yeah.
What bad sides?
The bad side is that I knew something. Now I forgot about it actually. Yeah. You have to. The good is that you don't have to wash them that often, but the bad is if you do that, it takes so long to get them dry.
And you have wool? Is it no?
No, it's real.
Real hair?
Real hair.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, then it takes even longer.
Yeah, real hair takes so long. And you have to really dry them through. If they stay wet for too long, they can get smelly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I heard about someone who was like somewhere where the temperature is really high and the air is really wet. And he didn't dry them, so they started to rot. And I'm always afraid of that. I'm like, oh no. So I'm always just blow drying them all day long. That's the thing that's really bad about
It's a big project to wash your hair.
Yeah, it's always, okay, today's hair washing day. Don't disturb me for 24 hours.
But maybe like if you take the same time as somebody who washes their hair every day in 1 week, you'd only have to do it once a week or something.
Yeah, that's easy.
So, I mean, it takes more time, but
it's just once in a long time.
I always, when I had dreads, I would, because they get so heavy also when they're wet.
Yeah.
So I would wash them and then I would go watch a movie and put them on the back of the couch so they can drop off at the, like on a towel that I put on the floor.
Yeah, sometimes I do the same. Just wait a little bit and then just push the water out, and that's it.
Oh, and now I remember the other question.
Yeah.
Or at least, I don't know, maybe there were more. But the other question was that I posted a picture of you with elf ears, and the person asked if they were real and how did you go ahead with them if they were.
Okay. They're not real, obviously. You can see I just have normal ears like this. For the picture, what?
But this hair, from this direction, it kind of looks like it.
Could be.
But then you turn
it. No, but for the picture you posted, I put some silicone ears on it. So it's just fake ears putting on my own ears, and so that's how the magic happens. I'm sorry.
I already guessed from the picture.
And they're huge. So if these would be my real ears, like they would be like this.
That's what I thought. They cannot.
No.
Reasonably real, but it's possible to do that.
Yeah.
If you want to. I have.
You can do that.
At least one friend who cut up their ear.
Yeah, but then your ear gets even smaller because they cut something away. So it's
you need to have big ears.
Mine would be like so small.
Really small ears.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Then my ears would be gone.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
You need to find a way to grow some ear tissue and put there.
Just sew some skin on it, but that's disgusting. No, I'm gonna stick with the silicone ears. Yeah.
From someone with a really big ear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that was most of this. Everything I had on this tiny little paper. And I already asked you if there is anything you want to add. So I guess that this is the end.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fine.
So. Thank you everyone for watching this interview. There will be more interviews like this. So if you are not already subscribed to this channel, make sure to do that and maybe check out hers as well.
Yes.
At least if you know German. because you do videos
mostly in German. But I try to do them in English.
Sometimes.
I'm trying my best.
Check out her channel, no matter what language you speak.
Yes.
I'll put the link down below. So I'll end by saying thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around soon.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.